evening, the weather simply must know that we're in for a bank holiday weekend, because bang on cue, out goes the hot and sunny weather, in comes much cooler and showery weather. Not cool today by a long chalk at Boomer up in Northumberland, up to 23 Celsius, that's a new record for May, and temperatures nudging in central London past the 80 Fahrenheit mark at 27 Celsius. Now, in many inland areas of England and Wales, it will be another really warm day tomorrow, but cooling off considerably over northeast England and in many parts of Scotland, and through Sunday, Monday and into Tuesday, the cooler weather making its way down towards the south of the country. Now, it's out to the southwest we have to look for the change in the weather. These series of weather fronts out here beginning to push their way in from the southwest, each one of those representing lines of showery, perhaps even thundery rain. They all amalgamate and move southwards through Monday, perhaps bringing a taste of winter back to some northern areas. But a fine summer-like end to the day, lots of sunshine. In the north of Scotland, one or two spots of rain from an old weather front, which will still hang around in these northern areas for a time at least overnight. A few spots of rain on and off, but in many areas, a fine, dry, clear night, a few patches of mist and fog. The temperature's not getting too low for most places, the lowest maybe around 6 Celsius. Light breezes tonight and into tomorrow morning. Because of that, we do have a forecast of poor air quality for England and Wales, but that might improve as those showers move in. Certainly many areas starting off bright and sunny again for tomorrow morning. Down across southwest England and southwest Wales, there'll already be some showers, and they'll start to move their way in from the southwest during the daytime. Ahead of them, across from East Anglia through northern England, southwest Scotland, Northern Ireland, dry and bright for much of the day, some sunny spells, maybe one or two isolated showers or even thunderstorms, and then the really showery weather extending northwards and eastwards through the evening. The north of Scotland still on the rather dull side, and the cool side as well. Fairly cool in these eastern areas of the country, not so warm as today even in central and eastern parts of England. And looking ahead to Sunday and Monday, temperatures do start to drop. Still fairly warm with sunny spells, but passing heavy showers in the south. This is where all the heavy rain will be over central parts of Britain, changing to snow over the hills in the north as that edges southwards on Monday. This Sunday in parts of the country, Monday across the hills in the north, it's probably going to be more like winter. Turning cooler and more showery already through today. You can see this line here of rain, a fairly narrow band, working its way north and eastwards all the time. That's the way it will continue to move over this evening and through the night as well, with further spells of showery rain coming into many areas again through the coming night. It will be a very mild and really quite humid night, just about right across the whole country. Fairly cloudy for tomorrow morning with some showers or longer spells of rain. Perhaps in a few spots sheltered from the southwesterly breeze, we'll see some brightness, a few spells of afternoon sunshine, but there'll still be some heavy showers around in some western areas through tomorrow evening. Not quite as warm as today down in the south, but still not too bad when the sun does pop out, but getting colder with that line of rain heading south, with leaving snow on the northern hills.
The last few days, it's all changed now, and it's all changed with a vengeance. In fact, I have a couple of, as you might say, thoughts for the day. First of all, if you're contemplating climbing or hill walking tomorrow, well, maybe not, because the weather's going to be pretty horrendous in the north, and also don't put out those bedding plants just yet, because we're in for some frost. The reason? Well, at the moment we've got quite balmy, mild southwesterly winds, but just look at the way these north to northeasterlies filter down across the whole country during the course of the next day or so. Quite strong winds at that, so a lot colder. There's the culprit, that area of low pressure to the north of Scotland. It's already produced a lot of rain. We've had bands of rain moving across the south. We've had an area of general rain sort of locked fast across central and northern parts of Scotland, and we're now seeing somewhat clearer weather with showers following along behind. But it's going to remain really wet indeed through that northern part of Scotland, that swathe of cloud persisting there, so some heavy rain. Outbreaks of rain in other parts, and it's fairly cloudy too, but it will be brightening up. I think we'll get a little bit of sunshine from time to time, but some showers chiefly in the more northern and western areas. Very cold in the north of Scotland. Temperatures climbing up not too bad as the sun pops out further south. That low pressure slipping southwards across Ireland during the course of the night is going to continue to give wet weather across much of Ireland, much of Scotland, and as you see here, that rain turned to sleet or snow, especially over the hills as those cold winds come in, and a fair number of showers in the south where it is going to be a mild night. That low pressure strung out across the country tomorrow, very slowly easing southwards, but it's going to produce some really wet weather through much of southern Scotland, Northern Ireland and northern England, and that'll be easing southwards during the course of the day. And that rain turned to sleet or snow in places, especially over the hills. Could well be some blizzard conditions on those northern hills, wintry showers following behind, and some heavy showers to the south. Frost in Scotland, and then those northerly winds really setting in, so we're going to find the rain clears away on Tuesday. Then wintry showers, especially near to north-facing coasts. A fairly widespread frost on Tuesday night, especially in the more central and northern parts. Still those northerly winds with us on Wednesday, although by that time they'll have eased down. But even so, we're going to have a fair number of showers around. The best dry weather, I think, in the more sheltered southern areas. Still those showers wintry, especially in the north and over the hills. And again, we're going to have to watch out for some frost on Wednesday night. And then on Thursday, we're going to find a new area of low pressure slipping across the country with us on Friday, giving an unsettled end to the week with outbreaks of rain. That's all for now.
Today, tomorrow, but it looks like the weather will be too windy for messing about in boats safely. And as for hill walking in the north, well, as we'll see in a minute, some wintry weather sweeping down here, so it could be very nasty over the hills of northern Britain through tomorrow. Now, this evening, a scattering of heavy thundery showers in the south, particularly further north through into Northern Ireland and southern Scotland. This area of rain in the far north of Scotland, tied in with a weather front, will start to sag southwards overnight and turn increasingly over the hills to sleet and to snow. We'll also see some strong or gale force northeasterly winds in this area. Down to the south of the weather front, some blustery winds and a few showers, but in the south it will at least remain mild. We're watching that dull, wet weather across Northern Ireland, Scotland, the far north of England, pushing southward through tomorrow and towards Lincolnshire, the Midlands and Wales as well, bringing rain mostly, but over the high ground, some sleet and snow and strong winds too, so very nasty. Squally wintry showers in the north and sunshine